Hello everybody, how are you doing? Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful weather in Vancouver today. I think it's here to stay. Okay, well, you saw my thumbnail there, right? Grumpy old people. Interesting. Well, you know, when I see stuff like that, then I like to read and I like to research and look at it. And I go, oh, you know, I just don't believe that. I'm an old person. I've been here for 73 summers. Sounds better than old, right? Seasons, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, and I know a few other YouTubers have talked about this, so I thought I'd give my perspective on it. First of all, it's absolute hogwash. Now, of course, it depends on what you read and it depends on what you buy into. So you know me, I'm always coming from something really positive, something that I feel is sustainable for me, something that is going to make me happy and give me a future and something to look at, rather than, oh, this is happening and it's really bad. Okay, well, actually, there are many groups that are stereotyped. So we'll get into that. Just a sec. Hi, guys. I know I'm trying to get to the hi guys thing. What can I say? Hi gals, but guys come here too. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm hoping that you'll stay and I'm hoping that you'll subscribe. It's free. And all you regular subscribers, thanks guys and girls. Oh my God, you guys, some of you have been helping me out. Thank you so much with my hours. I really appreciate that you're watching my videos to the end. And some of you are playing my playlist. Thank you so much. It's making a difference. It's going to take a while yet, but it's going to make a difference. But thank you for your support and help. I really appreciate it. And you know who you are. Karen and Clara and Mel. Go on. Okay, I'll get to the stereotype. Okay, well, you know, I go, you know, when I hear stuff like that, I go, what does it really mean? How's it applicable? You know, how does it apply to us? And so I started doing some reading and so forth. And the thing is, I think the most important thing, before I get into this conversation a little bit deeper, is that this is just my opinion. And when we go to Google or we read an article, that is also just somebody's opinion. Or even if you go and listen to another creator on YouTube who is talking about this, this is their opinion and those are their thoughts. So my hope is, when I give you my thoughts, because I'm not buying into all of this stereotyping, and I'll tell you why in a minute, that it'll give you what you need to say, hey, I'm in my 60s or I'm turning 60 this year, and I'm so glad I heard this. I am so glad that I don't have to be fearful of aging. I'm really hoping that you can see that, oh man, this is going to be your time to glow and to do stuff. Yep, there are some hurdles and stuff's going to happen. Are you telling me you didn't have any hurdles in your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s that you didn't overcome? Obviously you must have, because here you are. You know, let's just go with the strength and the power in our inner beings or whatever we've got happening. Okay, so let's get back to the study part. To me, a study, when somebody says they've done a study, to me, this is a study. They got 300 women. They split them in half. They put 150 of them in a placebo group, and they put 150 of them dealing with the study at hand. And then they say, well, we followed them for a year or 2 years, or we did a 10-year overall study on this group. That is, now that, I'm going to give some weight on that. Somebody's opinion, that's all it is an opinion. But boy, oh boy, stereotypes. Did you know that actually there are groups that are stereotyped much larger than older people? Older humans? Let's go with older humans. I like humans. People give birth to little humans, and little humans grow up to be really cute humans. And then, yeah, well, they take on a whole life of their own. So I thought, okay, I need to read about it. So I'm going to put the website down below that I read it from, okay? So this is not just my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion in a few minutes. Grumpy, so I put it so grumpy. So what is all in, what's grumpy in a nutshell? Here we go. Unhappy, annoyed, irritable, crabby, cross, fussy, dissatisfied, grouchy, ill-tempered, ill-natured, having an irritable and unpleasant disposition. I'll give you my thoughts on that. Do you know what? Anybody that I've ever met that is a older human that are grumpy and all of those things written on my little cardboard here. Most of them were that way when they were in their 30s and 40s and 50s. And actually, there's hope for them, because have you ever heard of the sayings, you know, now that she's gotten older, she's mellowed out, she's softening a bit. So actually, there's an advantage, a total advantage to becoming an older human. This is it's so out there. I know it might be a problem in the workforce, being stereotyped, but I'm going to tell you guys a story about that in one of my videos, how I got stereotyped on the biggest deal I ever made in the insurance business, and what somebody said to me, and I found all my power from this really crappy comment. That's another video. Okay, so but then there is sad, and that is a little bit different, okay? But like I said, read this article that I'm going to put down below. Grumpy, we are not the biggest stereotype group that falls under grumpy. Absolutely not. Sad, okay, sad. This was very, very interesting. Okay, so what happens sad? You know, sadness can come, big time sadness can come from depression and anxiety. Well, that, yes, is something that older humans definitely, depending on their living environment and, you know, all of the things that we put together that may affect somebody being very sad, losing your partner. And as we, of course, as we become older humans, we also risk losing one of our adult children before we go. These things can make us extremely sad. Loss of anything makes us really, really sad. But really interesting enough, depression are not a natural part of aging. That was really interesting when I read that. It's not. It's actually a much younger group. So, you know, there's a few things that we can kind of scratch off our list here, so don't fear them. You know, Bill had a great saying, and we can kind of maybe apply it to this, is that worry is a down payment on a debt not yet incurred. So, worrying about something in your future that hasn't happened, it may never happen. So if you're worrying about it, you're paying for something you don't have to. You're stealing your future from yourself and your joy. It's, you know, I guess it's the old thing, right? It just depends on who you want to listen to, what you want to read, and what you want to buy into. And I'm really hoping, just having this discussion, that, you know what, it really is up to us as we become older humans on how we see ourselves and how we dream ourselves to be. And there's still, you know what, I still dream. You guys know I've talked about my dreams and how my future looks and where I'm going. Of course I do. Hell, why not? What if I live to be 100 and I've done nothing from here until 100? That would be absolutely crazy. So I know some of you are going to say, well, this hasn't happened to you, and I just can't get over this, or I can't get by this, or whatever. I'm going to explain my life. I'm going to maybe I'll put some bullet points together, because of all the really rotten things that have happened in my life. That is why I feel this way. This is why I am this way, because I decided that wasn't going to control what my future looked like. Those things weren't going to take my joy away from me. I know I am enough and I deserve it, and so do you. But you know what? It's nobody's decision. It's up to nobody but you. We're going to start talking more about the wonderful things we can do for ourselves. And as we, you know, I think about how much we do as female humans, as moms, wives, partners, employees, CEOs of companies, mentors, sisters, mothers, whatever role we play, is that we give so much. We give so much. We're so strong. Yes, each and every one of us. And you know what? When you're coming into your 60s, to me, that is the time. This is your time. You can start backing up. You can start letting go of some of that stuff. You can go find yourself if you haven't found yourself. I actually didn't find my purpose and really found me until a year ago. There's time. There really is. I've said it all the time. It's going to be exactly as you imagine it to be. If you want to grow older and be elegant and beautiful and have a wonderful life and be happy, so be it. Then that's your focus. That's where you should go. If you decide, well, I'm going to just resign myself and I'm going to keep reading about all these women that are being stereotyped and how bad life is and how we're being, you know what? Why don't we become trailblazers? Why don't we become trendsetters? Why don't we show these women that I'm going back to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to give you guys a little spin at the end because you know how excited I am about my intermittent fasting. I'm going to give you a little spin. All you ever get to see is this half of what's happening to my body. But anyway, do you know what? If you say it's going to be crappy, I promise you it's going to be, it's all about our energy. It's all about what we put out there. And I don't care. You can give me 10,000 reasons on why your life shouldn't be. Then I can promise you that's exactly what it's going to be. But I'm really hoping that you'll hang out here and say, no, you know what? I deserve this. I've done so much. I've given so much. Oh my gosh. I'm an absolutely incredible species here. I have done things that I could never ever thought I could do in my whole life. And if you haven't done all of those things that you thought you could do, it's not too late. It's like, do them now. Honest to goodness, you know what? There is a future. And I'm going to help you walk through it a little bit. Because what do I say at the end? And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. There is no future in your past. Best thing that you can do for yourself is the best thing I've learned for myself is that you cannot resuscitate your past. It's not going to happen. Don't try. Don't go there. Don't think about it. Think about what's ahead. Dream. Okay, having said that, here is a quick spin. Okay, I don't do this kind of stuff, but I am pretty excited about losing my massive side saddles on my hips. It's getting better all the time. So thanks guys for being here. Please let me know if you feel comfortable. How old are you? Are you proud of it? I'm always happy to say how old I am because I want my grandkids to know and say, wow, are you kidding me? My Oma's 73. Oh, piece of cake. Yeah, we'll talk about age later when she gets to be, 93, 95 or whatever. Okay, so I have no problem with it. But, what is your worry? Are you worried? No, tell me what you're looking forward to. I want to know what you're looking forward to now that you're in your 60s or close to 60 or close to 70. Okay, guys, see you later. Bill and I are working on a video. Take care. Bye. You never see all of me. Okay, so I am really pleased with the intermittent fasting. This here used to be really quite large. And so now I'm not wearing tight pant, jogger, or cargo pants either, but I'm really pleased with this here. I already told you guys it's over 3.5 inches in this area. So yeah, my body is totally changing and I'm really pleased about it. My shape is pretty well the same. It's just getting smaller, which is really good. So I am really pleased with my intermittent fasting. So I'll always have that Marilyn Monroe